Are you smelling all my makeup? This is Jupiter. Do you want to say hi? Say hello. Can you say hello? I'm here to share my creative and artistic journey and what got me into crafting. I'm going to tell you how it has helped me through difficulties in my life, and just some tips for others who have been through some situations, or just to encourage you. So, I guess a short bio. I haven't really done a bio before, so I'm going to do my best to keep this video under 10 minutes. I grew up with my parents divorced. They were divorced since I was a baby. I can't remember them together at all. The only tough thing about it for me was switching back and forth between parents, me and my brother, because we have the same mom and dad. So my brother saw a lot of anger from my dad, and so I feel like that affected him greatly at a young age. And so he ended up expressing that anger on me as we grew up. And when I say expressing it on me, I mean hitting me and hurting me in a lot of different ways. So I dealt with that for a really long time, and my brother had this way of, I knew he was hurt, I knew he was hurting, not to say that it was okay, and at one point I refused to forgive him anymore, because when I was a kid, whenever he would hurt me, I would forgive him. Stuff like I understood why he was angry, because I felt angry too. My anger I kept inside, and it became implosive, like self-destructive behavior. Like after he had, because he wasn't just physically abusive, he was verbally and emotionally abusive, and you know, no one could say anything to him except me, and half the time he didn't want to hear what I had to say, but other times I would be the only one that could get him to listen, because my mom couldn't handle him. She was afraid of him. I was the only person that was willing to stand up to my brother, and naturally I got the backlash. But so that started to affect me a lot, very greatly, and I started to get depressed, and I would hide from him when I hit puberty. I would hide and stay in my room. I started writing because I started to feel so depressed, and I just had all these dark thoughts in my head, so many dark thoughts. So I would put them on paper in a story. And so I would make stories, and I had lots of nightmares. I would have lots of nightmares, so I'd write those down too. So I had this weird bed, and it was like a bookshelf, and I had journals, just notebooks full of stories. Some of them were nice, and I had journals I started writing in when I was 16, and I would just write poetry, and I would express how angry I was, and at one point it wasn't enough, and I started hurting myself. I know that sounds really, really bad. I'm not trying to scare you guys away. I am going to get to a point where creativity was my outlet. So I didn't know what else to do. She was not confrontational. She was not able to discipline. She was just this she's a passive person who doesn't like, you know, violence or anger or all that. She just kind of shuts down whenever anything happens, and, you know, people walk all over her. So I was the one that stayed, and I would stay and protect her from that. So if my brother tried to get over on her, I would stop him, and he didn't like it, and then violence would ensue. But anyway, at one point I started hurting myself. I felt bad about myself and who I was, and I felt really alone, and so I would hurt myself, even though they had already hurt me. And it sounds ridiculous, but I don't know if you've ever heard the phrase, one pain lessens another. That's pretty much what happened. So they didn't do anything. They would see it, and I would treat myself well. I would treat myself so well, you can't even see most of the ones that I have. The ones that you guys probably have seen that I have, I did at the same time. I did them all at the same time. I blacked out. I had to get away from what was happening, and I didn't know what else to do. No one was helping me, and I was just so desperate and lost, and I didn't want to do something I was going to regret, because he'd been hurting me for so long, and I couldn't take it anymore. The ones that you see are the ones that happened at the hospital. They did not treat them. That hospital did not want to help me either. And so they were going to send me home the same day. After I did that, they were going to send me home. I did that in their hospital, in their bathroom, and they said I was fine. They're going to send me home. I asked them if I could get stitches, because a lot of them were pretty bad. So an actual hospital, he said, sure, no problem. So he called an actual hospital, and they came to pick me up, and she saw my arms, and she was like, I said, so you're going to stitch me up and I'm going to go home? She's like, I'm sorry, honey, you're not going home. I said, so what's about to happen? She says, well, we're gonna take care of you and get you the help you need. And But I was at this dark point where I could see nothing. There was nothing, and I was hurting so badly. And I know it's easy to judge somebody who's in pain, but there was no way to get it out. Nobody to help me. I had nobody, and I was alone. And so I ended up at this hospital. My mom told me I couldn't come back, and they had asked me if I wanted to craft. They had a craft session for the people there, and because I wasn't like violent or hostile, or they talked to me and found out what was going on, they didn't put me in a severe ward or solitary confinement or anything like that. They put me with the normal people who come in. There's people request to come in because they're depressed or whatever, and they want help. So they had an art class, and I ended up in the hospital, and I took that first crafting class, and I realized how much it helped me. I started crafting a lot more. There's something special that happened, and I didn't realize it at the time, but I moved into a place where it's a transitional living program. I ended up meeting my first son's father, and I didn't even think I could have kids, you guys, because I didn't have a normal period. Like, I would have it once a year, if that. So I didn't even think I could have kids. So I made friends with one person, and he was a really special friend to me, and he was an amazing guy. All these steps that happened because of what had happened in my life. But I guess I would say everything happens for a reason. Maybe if you don't like that phrase, let's try another one. You're exactly where you need to be. And while that might make people angry, everything that happened led me to where I am now. It led me to the family that I've made on Facebook and the Facebook groups, the amazing people I have met. This craft world is where I'm supposed to be. And all the moving that I've done in my entire life, I never found that place where this is where I belong. And those two places for me, no matter where I go, is my family, because they come with me. Whenever I thought I lost my future, I thought I'd lost everything and given it all up, and I was so wrong. I couldn't have been more wrong. Before I moved, I met this community of women on Junk Journal Junkies, and deconstructed art journals, and card making, just in general, just all this fun stuff that I could do. And there are these women out there that do amazing things, and I think, I want to try that. Can I do that? Can I really make something like that? And I try it, and it's so fun. And while I mess up at times, it's also like everything's a learning experience, and I can express myself safely without hurting myself in any pain that I might have gone through, because so much more than my family and my brother has had. So my kids make me want to be a better person, and my kids come and they see what I'm doing and they have fun and they want to do stuff too. And so it's like, not only do I get to express myself, but I can help share this with my autistic children. I have 2 of them. I can help share this with my autistic children, and they can express themselves and they enjoy it. And it's healthy. It's so healthy. It's because of this that I finally feel like I belong somewhere, is my family and this crafting world that I've become a part of, because I can take it with me. No matter where I go in the entire world, this crafting place can come with me. And this crafting does not judge me when I'm angry. When I'm crafting and something crazy comes out, it's beautiful, or it's interesting to say the least, or they understand, or they felt that way. And for me, my problem is that I feel too much. I feel too much, and I lack the ability to shut up about it. So crafting is my way sometimes of expressing it without using words. So advice, people. Advice to you wonderful people out there who might be feeling like there's nothing for you, or that you're alone. Find your medium. Find what makes you happy and make it your home. When you feel like you're lost and there's nothing else, look for what you enjoy. Use mediums to express yourself, no matter what that medium is. Whatever it is, just have fun with it and be you. It doesn't make the pain go away. It makes it bearable. Because I don't want to say, hey, I'm not in any more pain. I'm perfectly healed. I'm not. So I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. It is a coping mechanism. So find what you like to do and put yourself in that when you feel like there's nothing else. And you will find a community of people just on that alone that like what you like, that have gone through things, and who can talk to you and be there with you and just help you deal with things in your life. If you're like me and you're in the middle of the country and you can't actually meet people or go anywhere, this is amazing. Because of you guys, I don't feel alone and I don't feel lost. I just feel like I'm working on myself and becoming a better person. So thank you, and thank you for having me. I really, really, truly appreciate it. I love it, and I love you guys for making all of this possible. So I've talked a while now, so I'm gonna go. And I hope you're all doing well, and thank you, Rosemary, for encouraging the video, and everybody on Deconstructed Art Journals, and shout out to Junk Journal Junkies for being my first group. Love you guys all very much, and I will see you guys later. Bye.